All right, guys, welcome to the Incredibly Average Podcast, episode 3, Comfort in the Chaos. We got a special holiday episode for you guys today. We're going to get a little bit into some holiday traditions, some fun stuff that we're doing around the holidays. And we're going to recap the last episode a bit. We're going to have a discussion about the return of Prime Cut and some of the stuff we're talking about for next week. Okay, let's recap the last episode a little bit. We talked about some things that we're all going to be doing here. We got Eric to join in on the marathon fun. Eric, how's that going so far? Has it been fun? I know you've started your journey of purchasing running stuff and
So far my beginning training has been I bought 2 pairs of Hoka shoes, dropped a nice dime on those, and I've been eating Taco Bell every few days. But I told you I got the shoes. I got a fitness watch now. I haven't really started the running portion.
not the important part.
The
really.
important part. My schedule's been super hectic these past couple weeks. Hopefully, maybe Sunday.
Nice. Yeah.
I got to keep track of that stuff,
Yeah. I mean, you got to get started with it. So
I did sign up for the marathon though.
you've officially signed up.
Officially paid the $100+ whether I show up or not. So I've already dropped like 500 on this journey.
May as well do it at this
But
point.
The running hasn't really took off yet.
Johnny, did you officially sign up yet or not yet? All right. Johnny signed up. Eric signed up. I've signed up. And I know my brother-in-law, Chris, and Justin have both also signed up with us. So we've officially got a 5-person crew here and potentially 6 after we talk about our poll results from our last episode, Michael. I would have started a team. I wasn't the first one to sign up, and I didn't know if we could go back and add them. So I'll see if we can kind of go back and create our own team.
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing. We probably can.
Yeah.
I don't think it's anything. It's just so that you guys can be lumped together, I think, and see your guys' results easily together, probably.
Yeah.
What did you put? I did the slowest one that wasn't walking.
What's the slowest? How does that work? Like, what are your options?
I can't remember the minute per mile, but I think mine was 6 hours. Like I did towards the back end.
Yeah, it was something like that. Like I said, I have no clue what it's gonna be. I'll probably do it faster than what I put, but I was just like, let me not
Yeah.
jump the gun or anything.
I mean, I hope I can do it faster than 6 hours, but I'm being optimistic enough just signing up for it and hoping to complete it.
Yeah.
I don't really care about the time, but I just want to get it done. I do want to, push myself to get it done as fast as I can.
Absolutely, but you don't want to be like, I'm doing this in 4 hours and then take 7.
No, I could not do it in 4 hours. Crazy.
How much have you been running?
Not as much as I should. I haven't started my. I've probably ran about every other day. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not great. So I definitely need to be doing more. But I don't know. Yeah, I didn't want to start too hot and get overworked and fall off. So
for all of our listeners, if you want to take early bets for who's gonna finish the fastest, probably smart to go with Johnny.
Who's gonna finish? Hopefully, all of us finish at least.
Who's gonna get the first cramp is the real question. Who's gonna start cramping up first?
I will be trying my hardest not to.
If I get a Charlie horse, I'm on the ground.
Eric will be eating a whole family size of Bob Evans mac and cheese before the marathon.
I've learned from my mistakes. Okay.
You're supposed to carb load, right? You're supposed to drink.
I have been eating a lot of pasta this week too.
For what?
Because I like pasta.
I've been running it.
I just love pasta.
That's true. I am honestly gonna have to stop and clean the shit out of my butt. I'm like shit myself. I know they're gonna have porta potties, but I'll tell you what. When I did that half marathon, I was gassy like after a few miles, and I can understand why people crap their pants.
Yeah.
Like there was I just go back to that one guy who on TikTok, he's like, time to hammer out some Excel spreadsheets today. Let's go. And he was doing a marathon. He's like, I just finished a marathon. I got shit running down my leg, but I finished it. And like he showed he had shit like all down the back of his legs. It was disgusting. But I guess they say 1 in 100 runners shit themselves. during a marathon.
You're gonna need.
No, I do know. Like, my nipples used to chafe when I played soccer back in high school.
Yeah.
So
Nipple chafing is a severe handicap. Like it hurts so
And
bad.
I don't even think it matters what material your shirt is. It's just It's just gonna happen. Especially the longer you run.
Yeah.
real talk, my inner thighs might be in trouble.
You should probably have a chafing stick with you to rub on.
A couple more hundred going in.
I got like a Gold Bond Chase. It was like $8 at Walmart. It's a lifesaver, honestly.
I wore like regular underwear the other day when I went on a run, and not thinking about it being cold, I didn't think I'd chafe as bad. But it's like when it's cold and you're not sweating down there, like your thighs rubbing together is like sandpaper. It's much worse than when you're sweaty and chafing. This is like you can feel like every little it's disgusting and it hurts. And it actually hurt for a few days. Go to Disney World with Travis and see if he can make it through without powdering up
I
a
had
few
to
times.
carry a small bottle of baby powder with me and lather myself up a little bit.
Yo,
from
who
time
is
to
that?
time.
Our first guest on the pod, the mailman.
The Amazon guy just walked past our window while we're recording and scared the shit out of me. Bring him on in.
We have donuts
get him.
sitting at the table. We have a 12-pack of Dunkin' Donuts. Just for the listeners.
Once again, been mentioning some stuff. Duncan, if you want to sponsor. Hoka, if you want to sponsor.
Mike, I don't know if you saw our poll. Did you?
Saw the what?
Did you see the poll on Spotify for the last episode?
I did not. I don't listen
Well-
on Spotify. I listen on Apple Music.
I'm
Or
glad
Apple,
to
Apple Podcasts.
I'm glad to update you on what the poll was then. This is a surprise to you, but I asked our listeners what they wanted you specifically to do next. And their answer
I'm not joining the marathon. I'm looking at it right now. I already said that.
overwhelmingly.
Yeah, I said that. So, yeah, there's no way I'm doing that marathon.
Hey,
Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but not a chance.
you're going to disappoint dozens of our listeners.
And I guess they're just going to have to live with that.
They want to see Mike on the road. We have to give it to him.
I don't think
Yeah.
I've ever seen Mike run, to be honest.
I was the vice president of the running club, brother.
I guess I didn't see you then.
Haven't you read his resume? It says it right on there.
I have not.
Well, Mike, that's okay. We can disappoint all 12 of our fans.
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty clear about it, so I guess that sucks.
I mean, whatever. You know, there was other options on there, and they still picked it. So, just
Yeah,
what the people
I think
want.
I think this is a weighted poll. I think this was organized.
I don't think anybody
I'm
knew about
assuming
it.
this was organized by essentially probably Travis.
No,
No, because I'm not doing the marathon.
he's also not.
We're gonna
doing it.
watch it together. We're gonna watch them run together. So I wouldn't do that. I'm just bringing Johnny a catheter, and Johnny's gonna have a catheter, and Mike and I are gonna bring bags of hamburgers, and we're gonna be handing them out to them as they pass us.
Oh yeah, I'll be there to watch. I'll be there watching you guys and supporting you. I'll even go to multiple mile markers to watch you pass.
I'll run like a mile with you guys from time to time, and then like
I don't think you can join.
I don't think they like that.
not like with you, but maybe on the side somewhere. If there's room.
I don't know if it works like that. Can you? I mean, I guess it's a long.
There's going to be too many people watching for him to be running on the side.
I've heard there's people in the race that if you don't have your numbers,
They pull you off.
yeah, they'll grab your ass and throw you on the ground and they'll RKO you into the pavement.
This was a free country, I guess.
People have to pay good, hard-earned money to be in that race.
There are people that do are fundraising for this event. You can't just take it lightly, you know? It's not a joke.
If you want to run a mile, you got to run 26.2 with all of us.
Well, some people spend their money on marathons. Some people spend their money on V-Bucks. So I think you know where I'm at.
Okay. That's so true.
Travis is almost 30, and last year for was it your birthday or Christmas that you got like 10,000 V-Bucks?
It was my birthday. I had a Fortnite birthday party for my 27th birthday.
And
I
you got
didn't ask for it. It just happened.
yeah, okay. You didn't insinuate that you wanted to.
No, it was actually kind of embarrassing walking in and seeing all my family and friends. And my kitchen was decorated for Fortnite, like Fortnite themed. But
we went.
We're starting to do some introspective on your life.
I was like, do I need to stop playing Fortnite?
Do I have a problem?
You did kind of take a hiatus after that a little bit, didn't you?
Well, we stopped for a year or so, like 2 years, and played Call of Duty.
But it's back.
It's back. We're playing both. I'm
We
playing all
have
of it.
got to get on Minecraft soon. I've been feeling that itch come up too.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I wanted to mention quickly too, Minecraft. It brings me back. We actually had someone reach out, Colin Capozzi, if you guys didn't see that, and was talking, talking to us a little bit about how he was listening to the podcast and how it was helping him out with some stuff. And it just reminded me back in the day. Now that we're talking about Minecraft, I would get with Colin in school, and his name was Sneaky Leaf, and he was day one streamer. He was the first person I ever knew that was streaming anything, and I couldn't believe it that I could go home, sign into something, and Sneaky Leaf was playing Minecraft on my computer.
Yeah, I
It
do
was
remember
crazy. So he was like a day one Minecraft streamer. I don't even know how he did it. This was like 2010, I guess. I mean, the only people streaming were, I don't know how people figured that shit out. You had to be a hacker back then. That's what you were.
that. Yeah. And if you want to play Minecraft, whenever we start playing Minecraft with us, you're more than welcome to join.
Be an open world.
Open back up that Sneaky Leaf account. Let's get it going because I need to see some Colin on Minecraft again.
Mm-hmm.
It's good stuff. And I appreciate you reaching out, Colin. Eric, how's the job going? Still good?
Yeah, it's been pretty good. Nothing really changed or anything.
Still there?
Still there, learning some new things. Nothing crazy to talk about, but like getting more acclimated with everything. And like I said, they do seem to really like me. I fit in perfectly with them. It's been going good.
That's good. And you're not applying for jobs trying to get out of there. You're just you're good there.
No comment. No. I haven't been. I'm chilling right now. And like I said, pretty much all of our patients have been pretty chill. There was two yesterday that were annoying, and I kind of wanted to sock, but
What was this?
Sock 'em?
straight up.
What was their problem?
So there was one guy, and apparently he always has an attitude, based on what I've heard. But an older gentleman, and he was trying to figure out something with his phone, so he asked to use one of our work phones, which we shouldn't even allow, but we did. And he's on the phone for like 20 minutes with this thing, and I don't even know, like, they're running around in circles, and then we're just still working because he's in our workspace. And then he was getting upset with us because he was on the phone with them like, I can't even hear you, there are people talking here. And I just shot him a look, and I'm just like, you're using our phone, sir. Like,
That's crazy.
like, please don't.
He couldn't figure out like how to use an app or something on his smartphone.
He was trying to like connect an account on something. I don't even know, but and then eventually he just got fed up and he like slammed our phone down, and I was ready to fight.
Not really.
Yeah, but I was just like,
It was nothing work related though. It wasn't
Nothing
like,
work
something
related,
happened
no.
while you guys were working.
and then there was something else yesterday where our decomp machines, we have to flip it whether we're doing like back stuff or like lumbar stuff or cervical stuff, and I had to switch it, and I switched it real quick, and when I put this dude on, I forgot to hook one of the things that really makes the machine go. Not to hurt him or anything, he was fine, but after a couple minutes he was like, hey, I don't feel anything, nothing's working. And I was like, let me double check. And I was like, oh, I totally forgot to hook this up. I'm like, let me start it again. And then I was hooking someone up on wires in that room, and then he was just like, I don't feel anything. And then I'm like, it takes a minute to get going. And I'm like, I promise it's good now. And then like 5 seconds after I said that, he's like, oh, there it is. So I'm just like, you're on edge today. But other than those two, work's been good.
Those are the only two things that's not too bad.
It was the fact they happened like 20 minutes apart from each other. So I was just like, what's going on right now? But yeah, everything's been good. So
I'm glad your job's still going well. Honestly, when I asked about if you're interviewing or applying for other jobs, like you should be looking all the time. I think there's always opportunity out there for something better. And
Yeah.
and I think that's what the older generation hates about us is that they always say like nobody's loyal anymore. Everybody just moves around after 2-3 years,
Right.
which is true. I mean, it makes sense. It's just what makes sense now. Companies aren't giving you raises that you could go somewhere else and be making more. If the culture's not there, then why wouldn't I be looking for other places that I can be making more money?
Right.
If I have a shitty culture here, I can have a shitty culture somewhere else and make more money. Why wouldn't I do that?
All right, let me reword it then, because I have looked at Indeed this week. I look on a weekly basis just because,
Just to see.
check.
but I'm not actually actively searching.
Yeah.
Like I'm not doing in-depth searches. I have a few certain specific job type searches in there, so I'll check those periodically just to see if anything's popping up interest-wise there. But I'm not like actively like really trying to get another job right now.
Okay.
So yeah, but
that's
I've
what I mean.
always done that. Whenever I've always been like even happier at other jobs,
Right.
I still just check just because,
Right.
like you said, you don't know what might pop up. You might miss out on a cool opportunity or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah.
Even if you're happy here, something pops up and you're like, oh, they're paying $3 more, or whatever it may be. So I am always technically looking, but I'm not like actually.
It's kind
Yeah.
of like window shopping, but for your career, like
Kinda,
a job,
yeah.
or
That's a good way to
career
put it.
in a way.
You just see what
Yeah,
Yeah. It doesn't hurt. I mean, your dream job could be on there. Who knows?
absolutely.
Yeah, I'm always on LinkedIn. I'm always on Indeed, just checking stuff out. Like you said, I'm not in depth searching, but you got to see what's out there. It doesn't hurt. Travis, are you doing that too? Are you checking once in a while?
I haven't checked in a while. I probably haven't checked in like 6 months, but it wasn't even an in-depth check. It was just like Eric said, just to kind of see what was out there,
Yeah,
but not too much.
cool. I did want to talk about the holiday season a little bit. We got Christmas rolling up right around the corner.
Shouts out Hanukkah, shouts out Kwanzaa.
And every holiday we got.
Rocking around the Christmas tree.
Jingle bell, jingle bell. I love the holiday season. Usually comes with a lot of celebration for me and my family because my birthday is on Christmas Eve as well. So it's a fun time for me usually. We're recording this on the 14th of December, so we got a couple weeks here, but it's right around the corner. I'm excited for it. I know typically holidays are happy for everybody. It's a good time to be with family, and as long as there's no arguments starting at your family dinner, usually it's a pretty good time, and a time for celebration and coming together. But and this is something that I've experienced to a certain point, is that sometimes the holidays can be isolating, and it can really be hard for some people, especially with first holiday without a loved one, or sometimes families, especially since COVID, family gatherings look a little different. And it can feel like that your family's falling apart or nobody cares about you or something like that. It really can be a hard time for people too. So I think either way, there's opportunity for growth. You can take that adversity of feeling isolated, and you can try to do something with it. You can either reach out to somebody you haven't talked to in a while. I think that's always something that the holidays are good for, is reconnecting with people that you've kind of lost touch with, and that can spark something, and you don't even know what that could be. That could be your moment to kind of launch into a deeper relationship with somebody when you get connected with someone like that. I think a big thing is, if you do have someone in your life that doesn't really have a family gathering, invite them to your own. My mom, she actually, during Thanksgiving this year, one of her best friends while she was growing up, her mom was like my mom's second mom when she was growing up, and she moved away for a while, and she's back in town, and she's living by herself and doesn't really have those special family gatherings that she used to. So she invited her to our Thanksgiving, and I think she had the best time. And she's such a wonderful person, and it was just so special for everybody to have her there. And I think take that and apply it to yourselves. If there's somebody out there that you think would benefit from coming to one of your special holiday gatherings, please do. I think that's a special thing to do for others. As we all know, it can be great, but it can also, for some people, we need to keep that in mind, that it can be a very hard time for people. So let's see, do you guys have any fun holiday traditions? Anything you've been doing in the past, or new stuff?
I don't think so. When I was a kid, well, it still happens, but the movie A Christmas Story, is on TBS and TNT all day, every day. I think Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. That was like my favorite movie to watch with my mom and like maybe my sister, I think, when we were growing up. But we would watch A Christmas Story all day on Christmas Day because it was just on.
Just over and over again all day long.
That comes to mind for me specifically. But it's a great Christmas movie.
It's my favorite, so I respect that.
Yeah, it's a great movie. So
Yeah, it's a good one. We try to watch all the Christmas movies throughout the month of December.
mm-hmm.
I don't really have a favorite one, but I guess if I had to say one, it'd be the Polar Express.
Yeah.
I love the Polar Express is the best.
Oh, I laugh because there was something. It was last year, I think, when we had Friendsmas here. What was that? The Poop Express.
The Poop Express. We got on Poop Tube or whatever they call that, where we had 20 people over. So every year, all our friends gather for Friendsgiving and Christmas, which I think is such an awesome thing that we do too. And I was going to talk about that a little bit, but we usually have, somewhere between 12 to 20 people, and depending on who can come the day it's happening, gather for Christmas. And, sometimes we do a little gift exchange, sometimes we don't. But it's mostly, people that we've known for many years, some people since kindergarten that we've known, and, some a little newer, but it's always such a fun time, and I love that about the holidays, getting back together with all of our friends. It's such a special thing. But last year, was it last year? I think it was
last year.
We had it at our house, and we had like 20 people in the basement, and there was just some Christmas movie playing in the background, and I grabbed the remote and I got on YouTube. I think we actually were watching Badlands Chugs.
Of course.
We got on there to watch him chug a 2-liter boot of baked beans.
You don't know who that is, look him up on YouTube. He's the GOAT.
He is, shout out to Badlands. He's the man.
He's a lemonade chug champion at the
Nathan's hot dog eating
Yes.
competition.
Yes. But
anyway, one of the suggested videos was the Poop Express, and since I love the Polar Express so much, I clicked on it, and it's just the funniest thing. Everyone was laughing. It was good. Actually, we watched it again not too long ago.
it's just like a meme compilation of a small snippet of the movie, The Polar Express, with memes put in it. It's just, you'd have to watch it. The Poop Express.
If you're older than 28, you're not gonna think it's funny.
You got to be like 18 to 28, roughly.
Yeah.
Maybe a little younger. But
It is. Yeah, I mean, it has to be in the right setting too. Like
that
if
was
it's not.
perfect. We had all those people down there, and everybody was just watching it unfold.
It was just hitting because I think half of the people down there thought it was so stupid. Then there was a few of us that just could not stop laughing.
Yeah, laughter's contagious too. So when you're cracking up, people are just laughing kind of at you a little bit. And hey, any laugh is a good laugh. So, man, I love the Poop Express. I will be watching that annually.
That's a new tradition right there.
Mike, what about you guys? You guys do anything special for the holidays?
We don't do anything like crazy, but I do like every year that we go to the same place for Christmas Eve. Then we do the same thing Christmas morning, and then we do the same thing Christmas evening. We do it the same pretty much every year. So, I mean, it is a tradition, but it's nothing like, out of the ordinary. It's just more like for, Christmas Eve, we go to my aunt's house. It's my whole like dad's side of the family. Gets together. We do a couple gift exchanges and whatnot. And then for Christmas morning, all the siblings come, get back to my parents' place, and then my grandma comes over. We do like a nice little opening gifts, and then we have our breakfast casserole, and then Christmas evening we go to my grandma's for the mom side of the family. So everything kind of all just flows.
Nice. Yeah, that traditional nature is fun. It gives you something to look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
Some things are special when it's only once a year.
Yeah, especially when you have something that you've been doing since you were a little kid. If it hasn't changed since then, it's just that much more special to you to get everyone together. Things do change for some families. I know mine has gone through a lot of changes lately, just in the last several years. But we've lost some loved ones this year, and holidays are going to look a little different for us. But we make the best of it, and we're gonna still make it special and celebrate those that we have lost. Travis, you've had a little bit of a shift in your holidays lately in a positive way, that your family's kind of coming together a little more. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so it would have been last year. My grandma, who lived in Tennessee for about 25 plus years, she actually made the move back home. So she is local again. She's been home since I think August of 2023. So we actually did get to spend Thanksgiving and Christmas with her last year, which was really nice. And we did Thanksgiving with her, and we'll be able to do Christmas with her. And she plans on, living here the rest of her life. So we'll be able to spend holidays with her. And I usually see her once a week now, which is really nice. So she really enjoys being back home and being able to see us all. It's really nice.
Yeah, I know you've always had a pretty close relationship with her, so
Yeah.
I was happy that she moved back home and was close to everybody, and that you guys can spend more time with her than you were before. Again, not just around the holidays, but just being around your loved ones. It's not something we're gonna have forever.
Right.
So
I'm sure that's like her main reason for moving home.
Yeah,
too.
that's what it was really. Was just we were all here and she was there. She originally moved. She moved a few times with my grandpa when he was still alive, just for work purposes. He had different jobs and things and different opportunities. So I forget what they moved to Tennessee for specifically, but they had stayed there for a long time, and she stayed maybe 12 or 13 years after he passed away. And then my uncle, which is, well, obviously her son, my uncle moved away, so she was the only one in Tennessee left. So she decided to make the move home. So
Nice.
I think she's glad that she's home. We are too.
yeah. What's everyone's favorite Christmas song? I don't want to hear this title. You got to sing a part of it. I'm going. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Banger. Every time I'm in Walmart or Kmart and I hear that come on, man, I'm doing a split in the aisle. What's your favorite, Travis?
My favorite is Paul McCartney's "Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time." Banger, goat, best Christmas song ever.
Another good one. That's a fire song.
I genuinely don't think I have.
Eric's a Christmas hater. It's
I'm not, but like, I hate the music.
You hate the music.
It's a
Come on.
vibe, man.
There's not one song that you
Doesn't
like.
take you back.
It's not that I hate, like, I don't know. I don't hate the music. It's all right, but like, it's all the same 10 songs by 100 different artists. So I don't know that I have a favorite person.
Yeah, you almost have to have a favorite version of one of the 10 songs. I guess.
Yeah, so
I don't dislike Christmas music, Eric, but I will say I don't really like Christmas music with lyrics. So I tend to listen to just instrumental
Yeah.
soundtracks. So like the one I have in my car is the Peanuts Christmas CD.
Fire. Fire.
That is fire.
That's what I.
You listen to a CD, Christmas CD?
Yeah.
Okay.
all right. Hey, I'll backtrack real quick. When I worked at Mark's, during the holidays, there was a song that would come on. I have no clue who it's by. I don't know what it was called or anything.
it.
I've never been able to find it, and I don't know if these lyrics are correct. But what it always sounded like was Santa.com, here I come. And it would just say that like 20 times.
That's an ad.
Shazam that.
So
And-
go to Santa.com.
I don't know. We used to vibe to it.
I just love a Michael Bublé around the holidays. We actually have started every time we drive home from Thanksgiving, we put on Michael Bublé's "It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas." It's like the launch into the Christmas holiday season.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a fun thing we've been doing the last few years.
I like when Menards changes over to the Christmas jingle when you're in the store.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love Christmas car commercials. I love when jingles change to a Christmas.
Mhm.
Like I loved Fortnite when they went into the Christmas vibe.
Yep.
That's something that I'll never forget.
When they put Santa on the Coke can,
Yeah.
I just feel like I'm 10 years old again.
It does make you want to drink more Coke.
Yep.
Which
And-
we need to get them out of my head because they're taking over my brain. I don't like when I know a company's manipulating me to drink their shit and I'm doing it because I want to and I'm gonna.
They make a good product.
that's what they're supposed to. They have a team that they get paid a lot of money to do that, and it works.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's part of the business and that's part of life and it works and I love it and I love saying it on a Coke can. But get out of my head, Mike. What about you? Favorite holiday song? You got one?
I actually, for one, love Christmas music. I don't mind that it gets like, I mean, it sucks that it gets like repeated nonstop throughout like a 3-week span, but that's that time of year and it puts you in the holiday mood. But Controversial, Baby It's Cold Outside is a banger. The
Okay.
little back and forth duet.
Yeah.
Okay. Case.
It's a great song.
Good song, though. It reminds me of Elf. It always takes me back to that scene in the shower where he's kind of being a little creep.
Yeah.
Okay, we're moving on.
We're gonna do an ad read for Kyla's Creations.
Kyla.
If you're looking to start a new holiday tradition this year, try Kyla's Creations. Get yourself some festive cutouts or other holiday goodies.
Kyla's Creations.
They would like you to put in orders for your favorite New Year's party or moving into Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Easter, 4th of July, Memorial Day,
Graduation parties.
graduation parties. Whatever you need for next year, 2025, message Kyla's Creations. Before we move on, does anyone at this table and Mike, who's not at this table, have a favorite shape of Kyla's cutouts? If you prefer, I personally prefer the ghost ones.
That's
Those
a
are
good one.
those are my favorite ones.
I like just the pumpkin.
Pumpkin for fall.
I'm always a fan of the trees when she does the tree because you can. It's like the Christmas tree, Little Debbie's. I just eat them in sections.
Those are amazing, by the way. Not to take away from Kyla's cookies.
Yeah, love her cookies. They're good. We don't have any today. We have something very special to announce. The epic return of Prime Cut. Yeah. Yeah.
That was so loud. Is that even gonna like come through?
Probably not. Mike, how'd that sound?
Spit that shit, playa.
Let's hear it, Eric. Are you doing this or what?
I think we need a little recap.
Yeah.
People know?
We
I
have
don't know anything.
we have a very special. The people want to see it. We had a comment, Prime Cut forever, and that's all we have to say right there. We need the return of Prime Cut.
All right, so I will kind of recap a little bit context because it was a one-off comment real quick, pretty much in the first episode.
No, it's a comment that's living on that episode forever. And it's not that comments aren't valuable. That comment moved mountains.
No, but I'm saying like even in the episode we like Johnny brought up Prime Cut, but it was like a 5-second thing.
Shout out to your friend for listening through that hard and intensely that he heard that small little comment about Prime Cut.
He's a day one. So Prime Cut is a nickname for myself, Eric. I have made music in the past. If it's good or not is objective.
It's good.
Fans at the table here, much appreciated.
It's fire. And anytime you're in the car with him, we drove home from Cleveland one day and we have about an hour ride. We put his music on SoundCloud and he gave us a true live performance, no auto-tune, no nothing. And it was fire.
That is true. Hip hop specifically. I haven't made a song in a decade.
It's
Close to.
disappointing.
That the music's timeless, so I would have never guessed that.
Yeah. But so the question on if I'm gonna return or not, I have always wanted to continue making music. I'm always like in my free time at my house and everything, freestyling, beatboxing, coming up with melodies, whatever, because music flows through me. But I really haven't. One, laziness for sure is a thing, but also two, I definitely have graphic lyrics, and my jobs are working with children, so I
That's valid.
don't really want them to intertwine at all.
That's very valid.
But
So you're like Hannah Montana.
He, oh,
we, Devin, Trav, and I, last week we were at dinner, and it came up again, and a bet was made. Not a bet, but an agreement, a deal, that if I would drop a song by January 15th, something like that.
MLK
Luther
Day.
King.
MLK Day.
January 20th.
20th.
That
Sorry.
5 more days, awesome. That Dev and Trav would get a Prime Cut tattoo. So that makes me more so want to do it.
So it could vary. I looked a couple up while we were at dinner, and the ones that I saw were pretty cool. It was literally like a raw steak, with arms and legs,
That would be cool.
and it just looked very cool. And it had like a banner in the middle, and maybe I would get something like that with like prime cut in the middle, or a banner lays.
Yeah, I was thinking like the same thing, a little piece of steak with arms and legs, but with
I'll
like
show
a
you,
toy
Johnny.
gun shooting out. You know, like one of those, it'll shoot out a banner and it'll fall down, and the banner says Prime Cut on it. I'd get that tattooed anywhere. Except I do want to put it somewhere where people aren't going to see it every day.
Fair.
But I will 100%. If you get it out by MLK Day, I will get a tattoo. And I'll let you pick which design it is. I hope that you'd be forgiving on it, but I want to pick where I put it.
Yeah, for sure. So I don't know. I like the idea of being on your guys' bodies forever, unless you black it out or cover it up. But as of right now, I cannot promise that it's gonna happen. But I am enthralled by the idea of it.
And that's fine. I just like the thought that one day we might get a new Prime Cut track.
For sure. I just gotta be thoughtful on how I go about it in terms of what I'm speaking about, and
Yeah.
if it might cross. Like most of my accounts are private, but I do make them public sometimes, and
Maybe change up and make it a little bit cleaner, but don't lose yourself in that. You know.
I don't know if I can. That's the thing.
If you can't, then
some
you
of
can't.
some of my favorite lyrics at this table here for you guys are very very
explicit.
explicit. So I don't know. We'll see. I've also battled with the idea of making different genres of music too, because I'm not, one that only likes hip hop.
We might get Prime Country out of this.
Prime country. Well, two of the biggest songs in the last several years have been,
Rapper gone country.
Yeah. So
Hip hop country artist.
I mean, Jelly Roll was a rapper at first. Shabuji.
Look at Post Malone.
Post Malone, yeah. Lil Nas X. Probably not country. I am not a fan of country music. But
Sorry, you don't like good music.
Okay, we're not doing this again. Okay, but I will do everything in my power to make it happen.
All right, I appreciate that. And hey, that's what this thing's all about. Going back into something that you always enjoyed doing and finding time to do it. That's part of this whole idea of the podcast. So hey, if you do it, you do it. If not, you would disappoint all of us.
Dope. Love that.
But if you do, me and Travis are 100% getting these tattoos. It's going to happen. Okay, Mike, you've got something pretty intense going on the last month of the year and into next year.
Yeah, so I went through a little phase with some vacations plus the holidays like Thanksgiving where you're just gorging and whatnot, where it was kind of the most bloated I've ever felt. And all of us members of this podcast took little over-under bets of my weight. And it turns out I was a lot heavier than I thought I was. So we are starting a little diet and going until February 15th, trying to drop down to about 200 pounds. If it takes, 15th, kind of when I plan to be done with that. But if I'm still a little over 200, I'm going to continue going through. But then you start getting into, my birthday and everything. So then it's kind of a little harder with celebrating food wise. But yeah, that's pretty much where we're at now. We started 2 weeks ago, I believe. It was the Ohio State-Michigan game the day after that, the Sunday after that.
He wants to get, you said 200 or under 200? What was it?
200, just 200 even. I don't need to be under 200.
Last episode, when we were putting bets on him, I actually had to call in a wrecker and an elephant scale to get an accurate measurement on Mike. So he's up there. So no, I'm just kidding. But 200 is a big goal, and that's not going to be easy to do. It's going to take some dedication for sure. And February 15th, right, day after Valentine's Day.
Yep.
Sick. We're going to see a little Mike running around here again.
Mike, I have a question for you for your weight loss journey.
Okay.
What are you doing? Like, what regimen are you following, or what exactly are you doing? What's your
Yeah, so the only thing I won't do is a keto diet. I think keto is insanely unhealthy for you, and I'll stand by that. But the way that we used to do whenever we do our little weight loss challenges, I was pretty much, I was doing what I could to like like calorie deficit, everything, trying to drop as much weight as fast as possible, which I mean worked. I would lose like 18 to 22 pounds in 1 month, which is not good for you in any way. But really, I haven't been like limiting carbs or dairy like I typically do. I am just eating clean, like just eating healthy foods. I've cut beer out. And if I want to drink, I just drink liquor, but pretty much just eating super clean. And then I changed up like my workout. Like I don't lift as much. I'm more like doing cardio a little more and then hitting the sauna. But yeah, I mean, it's working. You don't necessarily have to calorie count, but I highly recommend it. There's plenty of, websites that can help you figure out what your target calories should be based on your weight and your physical activity. But number one is just your diet. Just eat right. Your body will take about 30 days to adjust and your metabolism will adjust. So you need to eat clean for like 30 days. And then depending your body fat percentage is how many cheat meals you can have. Really, you should only be having like one a month. But essentially, like if you can get any kind of physical activity, even if it's just walking, just do it. If you want to do something more intense, go for it. But yeah, pretty much it's all about your diet. It's about what you eat. So try to eat as clean as possible. You can limit things like carbs and whatnot, fats. But yeah, I mean, that's mostly it. Target superfoods, target protein.
Yep.
And yeah.
Yeah, what do they say? Diet is it 70 or 80% of weight loss?
I would say at least 60, yeah.
60%. Yeah, I mean what you're taking in is
Crucial.
the most important part of losing weight for
Right.
sure. That's exciting, Mike. I'm excited to see your transformation back to 200 pounds. I know you've done it a few times, and I'm sure you'll have no problem doing it again. But it's always a good thing to do. I definitely need to do it myself, but I just be eating, and I can't stop. I ate 5 Christmas trees yesterday from Little Debbie.
Is that real?
Okay. Let's say.
I mean, in one day.
It's been a struggle at my job because a lot of the patients bring us candy and bring us like baked goods, and like there are days when like 4 different patients bring us stuff like one after the next, and so I'm just gobbling.
It's so hard to diet during the holidays or try anything. Like I just had a holiday party last week, and someone gave me a tin full of fudge, like homemade fudge,
That'll do you in.
chocolate covered pretzels and stuff. I can't stop, and I ate it all of it already, and it's so good.
Why is it so bad for you if it tastes so good?
Such a valid question.
And what those ladies say from the 600-pound club, if you drink a diet soda, it cancels out a sugar.
What's the math? What is that math?
I heard a guy say the other day, there's only 6 people that care how heavy you are, and it's the pallbearers at your funeral.
That's so true.
It's crazy.
That's a fact. Yeah. Nobody cares. Really, a lot of people want, weight loss for, fear of what people see you as. Honestly, I think the most important thing as far as your weight goes is just being healthy and, being alive as long as possible.
Yeah.
If you take into consideration that we're not going to be here forever, diet and exercise, they say it's important for a reason. We will not be around as long if we do not diet and exercise. It's just a fact. December doesn't count every year. You can do whatever you want. And also, don't take any advice from us, except for Mike. You can take his advice.
Yeah, none of this is legitimate.
Yeah, don't take his.
If you eat 10 McNuggets a week, it will increase your lifespan by 20 years. The doctor once said.
Mike's got the weight loss stuff going on, and I am actually in the process of tapping into some of the videography stuff that I do on the side. I started videography, and I wouldn't even call it videography. I used to make videos of all of our friends, and I got on. I do still. I got on iMovie one day, and I just had hundreds of videos on my phone, and I just put them all together and edited them a little bit, as much as you can, on iMovie, and put a song on it. And honestly, I love the process of doing that. As weird as it sounds, like going back and watching all the videos that we had, it made me laugh so hard, and then editing them, and I can change them up a little bit. It just makes it so much more enjoyable to watch. And then I put it on YouTube and just sent it to our friends to watch and just to have as a memory. And really, that's the main reason why I kept doing them, is just to put them online and have that memory for all of us to share, and go back and remember what we were doing in these times, like basically since high school. I've got videos up a couple a year. Now I've gotten away from doing just videos of our friends, but I'll travel somewhere and I'll make a video, or I make videos for others that travel as well. Done some for some family members, and Kyle and Travis. Like, we went to Disney World, did a video for that. Just went to Canada this summer. I did a pretty cool video for that. So I've really come to enjoy video editing and shooting the video. I did one for our Iceland trip as well. It's just an interesting, like, you think about where you're at in a different way. You look into the beauty of it while you're there, rather than just looking at it. You're like, oh, this would be like a beautiful video. Like, I'm gonna go over here and look at it this way. It just makes it different. And then when you watch it back, it completely changes it, and it puts you back there in the moment that, while you're watching it. So it's been such a fun thing for me to do, and I love the editing process. I really do. It's a lot of fun for me. So I bought a nice camera, and I've just been slowly kind of tapping into it a little bit more. I actually just bought a 4K drone that is pretty sweet. I just got it this week, actually.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. It makes some really cool videos. But it's something that, and just kind of doing things that are uncomfortable, but doing them anyway. Last year, I was, like I said, very amateur videographer. I wouldn't even call myself a videographer, but I had Kyla's brother, who coaches the Massillon basketball team here in town. He had asked me if I wanted to make a hype video for the McKinley Massillon basketball game that they play before they introduce the players. He puts a projector up on the wall, and he would play this video in front of, how many people fit in that gym? Like, probably 1,000 or so. I don't know.
Yeah, give or take a little bit.
Well, the thought of that was honestly terrifying when I first considered it, but I went ahead and agreed to it, and I did it, and took my videography to the basketball court and started recording some basketball and different things around the school, and I put together a pretty cool hype video, and we went and watched it during the game, and it was very cool to see everyone get hyped up from the video that I made. It just made it that much more fun for me. So they played it for that one game, and then that was it. But actually this year he asked me to make them one that they're going to play at every home game. So I just started recording for that yesterday, and I'm going to do it again today and do some other shots during some of their practices probably, and then they have a home game later in the month that they're going to play it at. So it's very exciting for me to do stuff like that. I love it, and I just continue to push myself and grow and get better at it. I think every video I've made, and if you go back and watch them, everyone has gotten a little better. And it's just been a fun process for me. So that's something that I enjoy doing on the side. And I'm not doing it for money. I just do it for the enjoyment of it.
If anybody wants to go back and watch any of those YouTube videos he was talking about, you have to look up Devin Barker on YouTube, and it's a picture of Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, it's Hulk Hogan.
But it has all those videos that he was referring to on it.
For sure.
Yeah, check them out. They're a lot of fun. I also have another thing to talk about just briefly that's going on in my life. I have recently been asked to move into a new role at a company. The company I work for was purchased by another one, and in that new company, the structure is changing a little bit for me. So right now I'm a environmental health and safety specialist for the plant that I'm at, and now I'm moving into a regional EH&S role, which means that I'm going to be covering plants in Missouri, Illinois, Michigan, Indiana, and Ohio for now. So it's going to be a little different for me, and I'll tell you, it's definitely something that I'm not totally comfortable with, traveling for work. It's really new for me. I've done it a little bit in the past, but only for like a couple weeks a year. This will be a little bit more traveling for me, so it's going to be a learning curve. It's time away from my family, which I value a lot, and just new experience for me. So I'm actually starting that January 2nd. I am going to fly out to St. Louis in January, and I'll get my car. They're giving me a car to drive, so I don't have to use my personal vehicle. And then I'll drive that back home, and then I guess as I need to, I'll be driving out to the different plants that I'm covering. So my job's going to look a lot different. My responsibility is going to be a lot different, and a lot's going to change here in January for me. So
Are you still mostly Monday through Friday?
yeah, so my work day is going to be about the same. It'll be Monday through Friday, 7 to 4 or 5. But with travel, obviously it's going to there'll be days where I won't get home till 7, 8 o'clock. Yeah, I'm excited to. It's a step up in my career field too. With my career path, if you want to grow, you can't get away from moving into a regional role. There's travel that's going to be associated with it no matter what. So if you want to look into the future from like a plant EH&S specialist, your growth is going to be moving up to like a manager or a vice president of health and safety for a company. And that means you're going to have to be over all the plants, and you're going to have to travel to these plants. So really, I mean, if I want to advance in my career, this was going to happen at some point. It is exciting because it's happening, and it gives me the confidence that I'm actually doing well at my job, which is always nice to. I didn't have a formal interview, but the vice president of safety for the new company came in, and I was talking about our policies and procedures, and he was not testing me on my knowledge, but through conversations you can tell if someone knows what they're talking about or not. And he seemed to really like me, and he respected my knowledge on safety and health and environmental processes and procedures. So that worked out for me, and I really am excited to see where this thing goes.
I want to give you a big congrats because, one, that's dope in general, but also recall back to the first episode when you said you applied to that position, not even that position, you didn't have any experience and then just kind of got put into it.
Right.
So the fact that you've worked up and now you're doing this, that's awesome.
Yeah. Super exciting.
That's a testament to you as a worker.
Right. So. Yeah, and just for everyone out there listening, like going back to the first episode quick, I started this job with zero knowledge, zero training, zero schooling, zero experience. Now, what happened? You got to get lucky. There's a certain amount of luck to it. They wouldn't have put me in there if I applied for it. I like I said, I interviewed, and they liked me, and they asked me if I was interested in trying it. And, just that curiosity, that interest, the drive to want to do good at your job. Where there's days where I really don't like it, and there's days where I love it. It comes with any job, but no experience, no training, no schooling, still excelled in it. Everywhere I've worked, I've helped drop the incident rate and injury rate for the associates there. In my first company, it was over half. And right now in my current company, we've more than halved our injuries every year. So that's kind of part of my job is helping people not get hurt on the job, which is huge. Again, this was gone from zero knowledge to where I'm at now. It's been a journey, and I couldn't have done it if I wasn't accepting new challenges constantly, all the time. I was always faced with new responsibilities, and if you take them head on and you learn on the way, you can really do anything. And that's kind of why I have this whole message is like, you just have to try. Like anything you try to do, as long as you put in the effort and you actually give it a shot, and you can tell yourself and honestly that you gave it everything you could, I would be surprised if you failed completely at it. It might happen, but if you really try at something, odds are in your favor. So I will leave you with that message.
Happy holidays to everyone.
Yeah, like I said, enjoy time with your loved ones and reach out to people that you haven't talked to in a while. All right, guys, thanks for tuning into the holiday episode of the Incredibly Average Podcasts. This Christmas, stepping outside your comfort zone can lead to the most meaningful experiences and lasting memories. Whether it's trying something new, reaching out to someone, or embracing change in this holiday season, let the season be about growth, connection, and saying yes to anything unexpected. And we all hope that you're inspired to make the holiday season one to remember this year. So if you enjoyed the episode, make sure to subscribe, leave a review, answer the poll question, and share it with any of your friends and family. We'd love to hear your stories too, so don't forget to connect with us, leave a comment, and we really value those comments as we've been getting them in, as small numbers as they are. Yeah. Any comment is awesome to have. So we love to hear from anybody, especially old pals and people that we haven't talked to in a long time. So it means a lot to reach out, and we'll try to do the same. Well, that's what the holiday's about. So until next time, stay comfortably uncomfortable and keep being incredibly average. Yeah.